Well, good morning, folks off YouTube. This is Darth Matthews here. On a cold, wet, miserable day in the north of England. Bit off more than I can chew again. Like I say, wet, rainy. What are we up to? Well, sawdust. That's because sawdust and big pile of cable and brass glands. Right, that's because, what's it like in here? It's full of wood. That's what I chopped up out there yesterday when it was dry, and some here drying. So yes, the cold, wet season's upon us, so I've stocked up on a little bit of firewood. Some of it needs drying out. I have a friend who's got a wood burner. I took him as much as what I've got here, and in return he gave me all that cable and electrical stuff outside. Bit of a quid pro quo, you know what I mean. So I chopped some of that up. That's taking up some space in here, as well as the new TV came. So the old TV is here. I have to do something with that. It's going in the back of the car at the moment. Big sheet of plywood. It's the top of an old pallet. What's that? Three-quarter inch thick. Yeah. Why? Well, in here. Oh God, look at that bench. What bench? We decided, and advice given in the last comments, just scrap all these motors. If I need a motor in another year's time, the 3 a penny on Facebook, and you can buy a new one. Correct mountings, correct bores, etc. So I cleared that corner, and then we've not had any water ingress since, so I guess it was just me leaving the window open. And then I wasn't happy at where this electrical socket was. Yeah, it's down low. Anything here means I can't access to it. This is just flimsy 2 millimeters, like wood. I don't know what they call it. They call it wood paneling, but it's not wood. It's like compressed cardboard, and that's what the previous owner had put up. So I've decided I'm going to replace that top to bottom with that 3/4 ply. I'm going to raise that socket up. But what I didn't know is, did the wires come upwards or did the wire come downwards? So as I'm going to replace it, I bashed a bit out because I know I'm replacing it, and I could feel that the wire actually goes upwards. And then at the same time I thought, well, where's the battens that go across? So there's one there and there's one there, and then I poke a screwdriver through there to find where the next batten is, bash all there, and there's the last batten. After writing all that down on a diagram, which is in a mixture of imperial 41 inches and metric measurements 525, 535 and 515 millimeters, and that's 515 from there to there, 525, I think 535 and 525. So there's a run out. I think that run out's going to be on the wall, because that looks pretty vertical to me. So my step today is in the cold wet rain, I ain't bothered getting my table saw out. I'll find a jigsaw or something circular saw, and that's my first job. With that job done, I'm kind of looking at that and think, I don't do that much wood burners these days, so I don't need all those abrasive discs on display. So just 2, maybe 3 pegs there. Cutting discs, flap discs, grinding discs, flap discs and cutting discs. The rest can go into storage somewhere. I'll go through them. Some won't, just outright throwing away. Some's got plenty of beef left on them. And then I can start putting some of that lot back and deciding what's not going back. Like I said, those electric motors are not going back. Hey, it'll probably stretch into tomorrow as well. Maybe even Monday, Saturday morning now. Nearly Saturday dinner time. I've had a lazy start. Small bite at the elephant. Keep you updated. Well, I guess temporarily this TV goes in the back of the car. I ain't going nowhere for the next couple of days. So there's the box for the new TV, a TCL Q9. A QLED 4K. It's a Q9BK, and got it in the Black Friday sale. I was after a TV anyway, doesn't matter when I was buying it. This in there, close the lid, forget about it. Well, it stopped raining. We de-nailed the pallet. Then we had to find a circular saw. The blade on it had no teeth, so I had to find a blade that would fit. I plugged it all in, switched on, nothing happened. So I found this extension lead. Worked out that the plug had been very poorly wired. There's a screw missing, so the live wasn't actually making contact. Sorted that, come out, boom. Sorted to length. Now then, next stage is we can't put that in until we've disconnected the electric socket. That. So I've plugged the fan in temporarily. You can hear it could have been anything I've plugged in, but I can hear it running, which means I can go to the fuse box and pull the fuse, and if the fan goes off, I've pulled the right fuse. Because I've not labelled them, have I? It's not going to be 5 amp for lighting, 15 amp for something else, 32 amp for the ring main. That's going to be a ring main. Now you've got 32 amp that goes to the shed, to the that shed. So it's going to be hip, dip, dash, and see what goes off. Well, I can still hear the fan, so it ain't that one. Let's put these back like that and banging. I do risk a bit of arcing while I do that. I don't want to turn the main off because of something that I'll have to reset, something that's connected. Nope, no fan, so we know what that is, and we'll label it up before we put it back in. Right, disconnect that, work on that side. Well, what are we now? Where's the clock? There we go. 10 to 2. So, a couple hours and we haven't really got that far. It probably took me 40 minutes, 30 minutes to unnail all those blocks. There was a lot of nails. It weren't just the plywood blocks. So like the plywood blocks have been nailed together, then put in place and then nailed through. A lot of nails to take out. Things are slowing me down like this. So first, yeah, quite pleased with how I've managed to cut that. There's little things. Top right on corner there, there's a little beam that holds the top sheet in place, the roof in place. So, do I cut a notch out the corner, or do I cut a notch out the beam? Whichever is easiest, I guess. Fits nicely. Little thing like this. It was a bottom entry feed. I need to make it a rear entry feed. Oh, not a problem. Well, there is a kind of problem because I've got all this here, all my tools are at the bottom. Anyway, I've dug out and looked for what I can, and I found this tub of hole cutters. They're too big, and then, oh, look at that one, in a box. Yeah, never opened. Inside, absolutely no use whatsoever, no teeth on it. Why has he put it back in the box? I don't know, maybe to keep the mandrel. Anyway, with a wonky, how wonky that is, a wonky burr and a grindstone, we managed to make it rear entry and get the grommet back in. So we've just got to make an hole through the plywood for the cable to come through. I'm going to sort that little notch out in the corner. I think that's the easiest. Don't forget, I've no electric power in here at the moment. So, how could I have done it? Cordless. It's in an awkward spot. I mean, I'm 6 foot. Forget how many stones I am. I'm 6 foot. For trying to fit in that, that's 42 inches top to bottom. It's challenging. However, we are getting there. Cut my notch out, fit it in place, scribe the back of that if I want to, or just cover it up with a piece of wood. Drill my hole through, put that in, wire that back up. Mains back on, power on, and start going through this lot. I know people say don't put any of it back, but it's got to go somewhere until I can get shut of it. Onwards and forwards. Well, that was close. So I had this and I'd surprised it forward to see if I could cut it off, and I couldn't. It was stuck there, so I measured up to cut there, and then when I shoved it back, I really will have to need to cut a little bit out the corner. That's about a big gap up there. It's pretty tight down there. I think I can bring that forward a bit, I don't know. Yeah, better than what it were. Well, as the title says, rough and ready. So, it ain't perfect. Not quite meeting at the top there, I didn't get that notch quite right. But it's solid. The socket's in a place I can use. I plugged it in. I better go and put the fuse in. Go. Right, so that's that on. It's still laid off the rain, but it's going dark. It's gonna come. Oh, look at that. It's all over the place. In fact, just just spitting now. Anyway, we can do the rest in here, can't we? In the dry, get the fire on, in the warmth. The only thing we won't have is any space. Will it go bang? I see it. I'm not even doing it with it. Right. For you, it'll be instantaneous. But for me, it'll be about 8 o'clock tonight. It's about 2:30 now. It's 2:45. I'm going to have this bench cleared. Does mean I'm going to have to stack stuff up there. Do you know all this double handling is wasting time? It's like, get it, scrap it, before I put it back. And there's some sound reasoning behind that. But in this instance, I can't scrap unless I've got a space on my bench. So, some's going to be easy, like this. You know, just put it to one side. All I have to do is just be a bit like everyday Solars. Oh, she works outside now, doesn't she? She's not even got any space on her bench. Just have a little bit of space. I can start breaking things up. They don't have to go anywhere else. I need a bench like e-waste Mike's. I need a bench like Shark Scrappers. Have you seen that? It's like a deli bench, delicatessens bench. It's totally clean. We're waffling. See, some of it, just aluminium. It's easy scrapped. Stop waffling. Get your finger out. Get stuck in. Just listen to that rain. Well, I got my job done anyway, and it'll help to wash all the sawdust away. Get this fire on. It's not rain, it's hailstone. Ah, the joys of the English weather. Well, it's 3:30 there, and we've had 30-40 minutes of rain now. I suppose on the positive side, I can be pretty much guaranteed it. I didn't have a leak, and I probably left the window open. It had blown in. One thing I can think of, as you can see, it's coming this way. We'll keep an eye on it. We've got the Hoover out for cleaning up. Laters. Yeah, I've got some music on. We're starting to make headroom in here. Until I thought, what's that? You can't make it up, can you? You can't make it up. But it's not the same as water going over there, is it? That's a bigger thing. That's a bigger thing. That's upsetting, because I know the sheets are like 6 foot long, so from there it'll be to here. So there's a leak. It's coming in there and travelling all the way down, hitting this beam and coming down there. That means all this lot has to come out. Roll on, summer. I think I need to change the bearing in that fan. Bugger. Raining again. Big feet. I'll tidy that up. Right, so it's where are we now? Oh, 5 to 6. We've just paused Disturb, the sound of silence. If you've not heard that, that is absolutely fantastic. How did that get there? So we've been in, we've had a tea earlier on, and we're back out here, and we're starting to sort this out. Now those bins are empty. I haven't decided what to do yet. This one I'm going to throw fasteners in. I'm starting to collect drill bits together. For example, tub here. Drill bits in. Yeah. Okay, that's a drill bit, but it's a masonry drill bit. They go in. That's up there. I've been uncovering things and thinking, Ian, you just make life hard for yourself at times. I've uncovered this tub. What do you find? You find a couple of brand new steel hole cutters, which I could have done with earlier today when I was doing that. I even found a step cutter, which would have been equally okay in doing that. I kind of looking through things and putting things together. Now that's a SDS masonry bit that's been snapped off, and I use that as a punch. So my punches and all go in there. So as I go through things, another, well, that one isn't, that's not snapped, so that goes with that. And it's just keep going and going. Listen to that rain. So that's a grinder for herbs, which I don't particularly use. It's come across my path. Look at that there. That's a 13mm spanner. What's he doing in there? Let's dig it out. Bang the magnetic bits off. 11, no, it's 11mm, not 13mm. Well, there's a space for 11mm up here. 9, 10, 11. This is, oh, it's raining again. This is what's taking me time. Fastener. I can sort it out later. Later never comes, I know. But tools. It's just this mess as you start going through it. Left-handed screwdriver remover bits, if you know what I mean. For taking out broken screws. Jigsaw bits. Chisel. Tools. Every tool has its place. Some tools have just been taken out and put together in this tub here. So tools, they can come back in here, make a decision later. That can go out. Square bit, pieces, another drill bit. Chisel. A magnet with lots of, that's a double-ended bit. Not them magnetic bits off, mate. Decide what it is. Masonry bit. Well, that's me. I'm going to just continue going on here. Look at that rat's nest of shit. I know there's people out there going to be saying, Ian, just what's doing that there? And why would it be there? A welding torch head. I'm sure somewhere I've got a welding torch body. Well, folks, though it's only 6 p.m, I bought myself a nice new smart dog's bollocks TV, supposedly mini LED, state of the art, full array dimming, localized dimming. I'm going to go in and watch something off that and save me £589 was worth spending. The TV I had, even though it's in the boot, started intermittently turning itself off. Now I do know that this is a capacitor on the power supply board. About 8 years ago, I think 6 years ago, I took the board off, give it to my brother, who used to be electronics engineer. He could solder and stuff like that. I mean fine soldering, not like, tiny stuff. And he replaced all the capacitors on the board, and it's worked fine since. But as I've explained many times, capacitors have a finite on-off time and switching time, and that's why they can give you a guarantee to such a limit based on averages. If it's on and off so many times a day, a year, a week, a month, a year, they can say on average that that capacitor will fail after a finite amount of time. So that's the amount of warranty they're going to give you. Anyway, like I said, I've got myself a nice new bigger TV. I altered some settings today. That's altering settings. And I'll go on, put my arm up here, it's getting tired. So so I was in the shop looking at the model 2 below. I was looking at a TCL 6C, then there's a 7C, 8C, and then the flagship 9, which I bought. And the picture was absolutely brilliant, but the guy in the shop said we're displaying this in either 4K or 8K, and you say to them, I did say to him, can you put standard TV on it? His reply was, I'm sorry sir, I can't. We don't have the licenses to import live TV. We just have the demonstration feed. I know this is, it's like bright lights, brightness on the TV turned up, displaying 8K or 4K, you know, and the picture's brilliant. I won't deny it. I got home, I unpacked this TV, put it on, switched it on, and I went, ugh. My old TV was a better picture than that. However, this morning, before I started doing all this, I started going through the settings again, you know, and boom, the picture just boomed out. It comes set in eco mode, and I changed it to film mode, changed a few other things, and well, boom, my eyes went whoa. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to go and watch a film in a filmmaker's setting, and it's got Bang & Olufsen speakers built in with a big sub at the back, so might show you the TV sometime, might do. Anyway, I've got fed up of this. It's not going anywhere, it's not eating anything, and I've got tomorrow and I've got Monday. I'll have my bench cleaned for then. I was going to carry on till about 9 o'clock, but done it. I'm going in. See you lot soon. Good night.